most of you by now in the day have heard the news already that we've had very convincing leak drop for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is ultimately just exciting as hell because it's been a while since we've had something like this, and normally these things happen. And it's really hard to believe, but every so often we get one that's really credible. Last time it was when Banjo and Hero were leaked for E3's reveal, which made a lot of sense because it was like right before E3 when this happened, and it would make sense that people would know these things around this time, and not per se like they wouldn't know that a leak would be coming like way ahead of time. Almost every single leak out there that's included like five guesses at characters have all been false. Almost a shit ton came out that never included Joker. Then a bunch came out that people would just not include characters that would eventually come out. And I mean, a lot of times it wasn't even including Banjo. Sometimes it would include Hero, but a lot of times it wouldn't even include Hero. People would say Slime's what's going to happen. Then people would believe a leak just because they believed Slime was more likely than Hero or something like that. It makes no sense why anyone would believe any leak just because of likability or, you know, whatever. But or based on their own made up Smash rules. Now, it always makes sense to not believe a leak because it's not official, no matter what. Even if the evidence is extremely convincing, this is never official news. So, am I saying to ignore the fact that this is official news? And does this leak that happened, is this 100% credible? I'm leaning on no. I'm leaning this is definitely not a 100% leak. I think the SNK leak had more credibility than this, especially because it was on the Nintendo website. I should have brought up the SNK leak. That again, that was like an actual leak that was exciting because the SNK leak turned out to be real, and it happened right before we got news, and yeah, it made sense. Um, Leaks with actual credibility are just always awesome. So this leak basically is a picture and then some gameplay videos of three characters. One of them is Ken, which is kind of a callback to when they first leaked Ken. When they first leaked Ken for Smash, it was actual real footage of Ken. I mean, when you go back and look at the image, it's definitely like an actual picture of Ken in Smash. It's not a fake one, and so that leak was totally real, and people weren't sure if it was real or not. But a lot of people were on Team Real for that one. So um, yeah, we have not only is Kin in this picture, which is really funny as a callback, but we also have two Mii fighters, one of which has a Mallow hat, and one of which has a hat that a Doom enemy is. I'm gonna have this image on screen. I definitely recognize this enemy from Doom, and it definitely looks like the old school sprite from the game. I gotta say, coming up with this idea for a Mii hat seems like something Nintendo would definitely do. But also, if they did this, the face of the Mii would definitely be in the mouth. So also, when it comes to Malo, there's really no way to do him as a Mii costume. So doing him as a hat makes a lot of sense. Also, because Malo has some spirit representation in this game, and no one really asks for Malo, but Malo and Geno are the two characters that are new for Mario RPG, so it makes sense to show Malo some love if you're going to be doing Geno as well. So that's the interesting thing is that it's Malo and it's not Geno. Because if it's Malo, that means that he could come out alongside Geno. Of course, this could also mean they could do other Square Enix properties whenever they release Geno. This could include the Chocobo hat that we also saw earlier. There was a leak, basically, that before Team Rocket Grunt and before Goemon and before Sans, there was a leak that said Malo and Chocobo will be in the will come back. But not only that, but we'll get Goemon, Team Rocket Grunt, Proto Man, and Zero. Again, Proto Man and Zero were kind of obvious guesses, but not when you only guess those two returning and none of the other ones returning. Because like if I'm gonna guess two Mega Man Mii costumes, I'm gonna guess Proto Man and Zero. but don't you think other Mii costumes also might return that aren't even related to Mega Man? Like we could get the Monster Hunter stuff too, but instead, they guessed those two perfectly alongside Team Rocket Grunt and Goemon, which anyone who guesses Team Rocket Grunt, I mean, that's just insane. Like no one, just like, especially when you're also claiming that your wild ass claim of Team Rocket Grunt is going to also come out when Goemon comes out. So basically, that Mii costume leak was real. Like, and what I'm wondering is if some people have access to a version of the game that has some work done on it, and maybe Mii costume stuff gets done way ahead of time, way before characters get done. You see, in my opinion, this is sort of like leaking what characters are coming without leaking everything. Because if they really wanted to, they could possibly leak Mii costume stuff for the SNK character, Terry. They could easily do that, but instead they didn't. They only showed these new Mii costumes, one being from Super Mario RPG and one being from Doom. If this is true, then I think Geno is a shoe in for which that last leak involving Mii costumes goes along with this, but it's also very, very possible that this modder who potentially faked the leak saw that leak. Now, here's the thing. Here's why I'm somewhat convinced, and here why I'm not convinced at the same time. So the reason why I'm not going 100% balls deep into this leak is because if someone was a potential modder and that they saw a leak that said Malo was coming alongside those other characters, they would say, "Oh, I could just do a Malo Mii Fighter costume, and it would make sense, and people would believe it." If it was for and then at the same time, a lot of times people get real leaks and then they add fake stuff to it because I don't know if they do it on purpose. I think some of the information they get is good, some of the information they get is bad, or they make assumptions here or there based on what they know, and it might say we have reason to believe this character because it's the most likely character. And then they didn't really think it through, but they already said something. But in this case, if this was a fake leak, the guy could be taking real information involving Malo and then throwing in some Doom stuff. Now, when it comes to Doom, here's my problem with Doom. Okay, I talk about this all the time, and I actually get comments about this sometimes. People get mad at me for my opinion that Doom should not be in the game at all. Like Doom should not be in Smash. And it's what I'm saying is it's not that Doom's too violent or too bloody or too gory. I just don't think the Doomslayer would make a very good character or interesting character. I think it would be a really weird pick, and there would be a lot better ones out there, especially if you're trying to get a shooter character in the game. I don't really see why it has to be the Doom guy. People say, oh, he's like the first shooter, but actually, id's other game, Wolfenstein, it was actually like it predates Doom. But it's neither here nor there. Doom was the first shooter I ever played, don't get me wrong, and it's a shooter I played many times throughout my life. I love the original Doom. It's just a fantastic game. Like, it's just fun. It's just a fun game at the end of the day, and it still holds up to this day. So maybe in that regard, Doom does deserve to be in. But the other reason why I'm really harping on Doom is because, and no joke, this is actually one of my reasons. And you might laugh at this, but this is actually one of my reasons. Right around the first leak, whenever like people first started faking leaks, and these weren't including Joker, when people weren't including Joker in their fake leaks because Joker wasn't announced yet, people were saying Minecraft Steve and Doom Guy will both be DLC cost or DLC characters in Smash. And to me, I just would never believed for a second Minecraft ever had a chance, and I still don't think Minecraft's gonna get in. I know some people are saying, yeah, but now that there's going to be even more characters, it doesn't matter that Banjo's in because maybe we could get another Microsoft character with Minecraft. I don't think Minecraft needs the representation. I don't think anyone would be that excited. I don't think this would convince people to buy Smash. Minecraft is already kind of mobilized all over the place. I really don't think this will convince anyone to play the game anyway. I think people who just already have Smash who also like Minecraft will be happy. But the reality is that most people aren't really into that. Um, I mean, sure, there's a lot of people who love Minecraft and would love to see him in Smash. Don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to even say that. I'm sorry. People do want him. But the fact of the matter is, because so many people keep putting it in fake leaks, every time I see a fake leak involving Minecraft or Doom, I basically just shrug it off immediately. Like, to me, it's on my radar that it's just completely fake. However, after a while, Bethesda did say they did talk to Nintendo, and last time someone said they talked to Nintendo, it was Phil Spencer, and he fucking said twice he would put Banjo in Smash. Then he talks to Nintendo, and he put Banjo in Smash. So if Bethesda had talks with Nintendo, then it is actually very likely that Doom could get in the game. So I my main thing is whenever I see a leak, I want to say no. But it doesn't mean Doomslayer has 0% chance. It's just that I'm so tired of seeing him in fake leaks because he's in like every fake leak and he's never real. Like he's never but all these leaks are always fake. That's the thing. So if Doomslayer does get in as the fifth character, I do think that if he was revealed, that would be totally worthy. I because I'm over here saying the fifth character has to be a big deal. I think Doomslayer in Smash would be a huge deal. The idea of playing as the Doomslayer and killing Pokemon characters, I mean, you're not killing them, you're smashing them. Just like Joker doesn't kill his enemies, he doesn't make them bleed, glitter comes out of them. But when it comes to Doomslayer being able to like violently attack all the cute characters with them or put them on his team, like I want Doomslayer and Yoshi to be on a team. No, I want Doomslayer and Isabelle on a team. Doing stuff like that is really like really kooky sounding, but it makes a lot of sense at the same time. So he would really be out of place, like way more out of place than Snake ever was. And but you know what? It's not like it's impossible. It's not like he couldn't be in the game. So I've never meant to say like he's got a 0% chance or anything like that. It's just that when it comes to leaks, usually they're fake if they involve the Doomslayer. This one is tricky because these are me costumes, and me costumes are easy to not okay. I want to reframe here. Me costumes make sense if you want to do a fake leak because those are not the actual characters themselves. If you wanted to show the actual characters themselves in a leak, you could easily show like a fake 3D model. But people are so good at determining if those are fake or not. People will analyze the shit out of your 3D models, and they can say this is real, this is fake, or does this model come from another game, or does this model miss a detail, or does it even fit the right art style, and all this other stuff. So it would have to be a unique, original 3D model where the color palette works and makes sense. I can kind of picture how the Doom guy could look in Smash, and especially if they base it more off his like original design, which would be really freaking cool. Um, and I could see how they could make him really colorful because his greens don't have to be like dark metal green. They can be like a lighter shade of green. And of course, he has alt colors that would be his different team deathmatch colors. So that would be a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, so we could really easily, I could imagine it in my head, but Smash always has that certain style of Smash flair to it, and a lot of fake 3D models that people used to do fake leaks with fake 3D models, they usually never work. They usually aren't convincing. So you need something else to show, something. And it makes sense that the me headgear would be done before any of the other stuff. Don't get me wrong. That makes total sense to me. But as a fake leaker, that would be the easiest to mod in the game. Though the more I look into it, the more I see how this could be very, very real. And if it is fake, it doesn't mean it was modded. Because what some people are saying is that the all people can do when they mod stuff is take items that already exist and change them. If they make the mod of they make the model, we'll say, they make the model for the mod too big, it could crash the game while playing. And people are having a hard time in Smash Ultimate doing these sort of things. There's been a lot of credibility being thrown towards this leak. Basically, what a lot of people are getting at is that if this is a fake leak, if this is a mod, this is one of the most well done mods that they've ever seen. This is a breakthrough in Smash Ultimate modding. Now, when people are saying that, the credibility factor is really, really high for this game. Now, again, to me, it does add up that the mods or that the fighter headgear would come out way before anything else. And so it also makes sense that someone would potentially have access to the game in the state with some bonus stuff already made up because they're testing certain things. And maybe they don't want to show off the new character because if they did, they don't know what will even happen, or maybe there's no way to access him in a way that works, or whatever. Maybe he'll just be T posing the entire time. Who knows? So I don't know. I don't know if this leak is real, but right now, if I had to guess, I want to say this is like 80% real. I want to say there's like an 80% chance that this leak is actually gonna happen. Now the thing is that my theory is that Terry is going to come out at the end of this month. The reason why is because there is Japanese ads that roll at 7-Eleven that Nintendo always puts out. Right now, the ad is just for Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, and that means that, and also according to Push Dustin, the ad won't rechange to a new ad until sometime like not this week, not next week. I think he said 17th, but I could be wrong about that. And what I'm saying here is that basically my own personal speculation is that Terry will probably come out at the end of this month. Probably not going to be the beginning like some people were really hoping for. And it obviously did not happen on the November 1st, which would have been the best case scenario. But I think we're got the worst case scenario where it's coming out at either the last week or the second to last week. Hopefully, it's not the actual true worst scenario where Hero came out the last day of the month. So we're gonna hope that Terry comes out basically just like I'm thinking end of November. But my theory and my speculation on this is that the next character won't be announced when Terry comes out. We'll have no idea who the final fifth character is. I mean, think about it. From a marketing standpoint, that's a really good idea because it'll keep people guessing who's this last character going to be, especially because this character might not come out until January. So why would you show it ahead of time? Let's keep it under wraps, and that way, with Terry it was different because Terry was, if we had to wait all this time and then just to see Terry, people might be like, okay, and well, Terry was announced right at the end after Banjo was announced, and so what I'm thinking is that the final character will probably be announced at the Game Awards, because the Game Awards is always full of hype announcements, and Joker was also revealed at the Game Awards. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Doomslayer will be announced there, and if Nintendo really wants to knock it out of the park, they could potentially go ahead and say he's out right now, and then show off Geno and say Geno's coming next. That would be insane, but from what I understand, I already think Geno makes a ton of sense to be the first character of season 2. I already think that Geno needs to be in season 2, and I honestly think his chances were already really high. I already thought Geno was probably going to be in season 2, like regardless. So I'm thinking Geno's happening, and Doom Guy makes a lot of sense. Or he doesn't make a lot of sense, but he's a good fit for the last character. If you want to go out with a bang, you can go out with a BFFG bang, like you can go out with a giant bang if you end it on Doom Guy. So let's end it with him. And that's the thing, though, guys, is that even when Terry comes out at the end of this month, we might not have any confirmation on this leak. So even though this leak is new and exciting now, and I think a lot of people have concluded it's more likely real than fake, Unless the creator of it comes out and says it was fake, we have no we don't know. We don't know. So but yeah, if there's anything from Doom in Smash that confirms Doomslayer is a playable character, that's just how it's going to be with this one. And if Malo's hat is being put in, I think it's very, 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 very likely that Malo is not coming out alongside the Doomslayer, and what's really happening is that Gino will be coming later. So that's my 2 cents on this. My 2 cents is that we potentially know who the last character is, and we possibly know two more characters because we know Doom Guy and we know Gino. So, do I want Doom Guy? No. Do fake leakers always use Doom Guy? Yes. Could this still be a fake leak? Yes. If this was a fake leak, who would be an obvious choice for a fake leaker to go to that people would possibly believe? The Doom Guy. So, yeah, I mean, it's still muddy, and you can, in fact, mod things into the game, but again, if this is true, if this is a real mod, then this modder is not only amazing at making textures and amazing at using 3D models and making new, completely brand new 3D models and putting it into. Then he would also be able to have had been able to figure out how to get the gameplay running using those customized me headgear pieces that no one else has figured out how to do yet. So if this is a mod, then this guy is a fucking fantastic 3D visual designer and is a better modder than like everyone else. So if this is fake, then it must have a small team because this looks like the work of a small team. It doesn't look like the work of one guy. So, man, if I eat my words on this being fake, I will be shocked. But I mean, I will stand up and clap and say bravo because whenever you get a leak this spicy, it doesn't even matter if it's fake because because you gotta respect the art of the fake leak. So I'll just be like, dude, bravo, dude, bravo. I'm impressed. So if it's real, if it's fake, I don't know, but if it causes a lot of controversy and stirs things up, maybe the fake leaker will come out and show himself. But until then, I'm gonna follow this lead. I'm gonna keep sitting here believing it. I think Doom Guy is actually coming to Smash, which is something I thought I would never say, and it's something I constantly tell people don't expect. But I think the Doom Slayer people, the people who love Doom, the Doom guys and girls, they're gonna be getting their character, and I can't hate on that, especially when I've already got so many characters that I enjoy. So I'm happy you guys are getting what you want. And if I get Gino next, then that's the like last character that I really thought should have been in Smash Ultimate, and I will be ecstatic if we get Gino. I mean, Ridley, K. Rool, Gino. That's how it goes. And we got Ridley, we got K. Rool, and no Gino. We even got Banjo, and he's probably the one. He's probably the character I would have said would be after Gino. But we got Banjo already. We skipped Gino, man. You gotta get Gino in this game. So Gino, your time might be coming.